The first thing I would recommend is make sure that you're adequately covered with your liability coverage. They say when you put your kid in the driver's seat, you might as well put everything you own in the trunk because it's all at risk at that point. And it's just a fact. Young drivers don't have the same experience that we do. They don't make the same kind of judgment calls. They're more than likely to have, at least a fender bender, and we hope that that's all that it is, but, bad things can happen and they can get in some bad accidents. And people are so happy these days that, you know, they're very likely then to come back, the other party's very likely to come back on you and try to get something from you. So you want to make sure that you have that good liability protection.
Absolutely, guys. So just a really quick recap, right? So like the liability, that's the very first part of your auto policy if you're looking at
Right,
it, right? And it's really the part that pays out to the other person when you're at fault or your kid is at fault in an accident. So, make sure you talk to your agent, make sure you do some quick math, and whatever you have on your policy is going to be enough to cover your asset in
right,
the event of that bad car crash and in the event that that person choose to hire a lawyer and go after your asset, right? Um,
right.
and then also not just your auto liability, there is something out there called personal umbrella where it will go over your auto and your home if you happen to have a higher net worth and you want to make sure that all of that is protected. So,
I always recommend for people when they're adding a young driver to a policy, consider an umbrella. I mean, it is an additional cost, but the protection and the peace of mind are just invaluable.
So now that we have other people cover, we want to make sure that your child is covered. So we recommend that you want to look into additional coverages that you can add on to your policy, right, Christy, if you don't
Right,
already have it, because these are optional.
right, right. So roadside assistance, I mean, just there's no way I'd put my child on the road, without knowing that they could call for a tow, if they need to. Or even, I know when I was a teenager, I ran out of gas more than once.
It happened. It
More than
happened.
once. Locked my keys in my car more than once. So there's a lot of things that roadside assistance can help with along those lines. I definitely would recommend that you have that for a young driver. And, possibly, do you need to have rental car coverage so that if they do have an accident and, you guys need to get something now that everybody in the house, you used to have that extra car maybe, right? But now that's the car that the kid is driving. So you might need to think about adding rental car coverage if there's not an extra available car in the household anymore.